Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you have never been here before. My name is Bailey and this is little baby Adeline. She's trying to eat my hands right now. Sorry that she's naked. You guys will find out why in the video. But today we are going to be doing our 1 month postpartum and baby update. She's about to get angry, I know it. But yeah, that's what today's video is going to be all about, is just how my first 1 to 4 weeks after birth went, and how she was doing her first 1 to 4 weeks of being alive. Right now she's 7 weeks old. I'm 7 weeks postpartum, so this video is quite late, but say we're still getting it out for you. Oh, so yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe before you leave. And we could just jump right into it. Also, if you guys want to see more pictures of her and more about her and me, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I will leave it down below. And we can just go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so we're going to start out with me first, about my postpartum and recovery for the first 4 weeks. If you see me rocking, I'm sitting on a chair that rocks for the baby. But yeah, I have notes over here, so if you see me looking this way, that is what I'm reading. But yeah, so first we're just going to start out with about me. So if you guys did not see my my birth story video, go ahead and go check that out before you watch this, which it'll kind of give you some insight into my recovery and everything. And yeah, so go ahead and go watch that first. But yeah, we'll just start out with my weight. So before I got pregnant, I was 130 to 35 pounds. Yeah, I was that. At the end of my pregnancy, I was 184 pounds before I gave birth. And after birth, I was 165. And at 4 weeks, I was 155. So I still have some ways, which right now at 7 weeks, I think I'm 150 or 145, something like that. So I still have about like 15 more pounds to lose, so I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight. But I'm not necessarily wanting to lose weight, I'm just wanting to tone my stomach. That's really all that I'm concerned about. But the rest of my body I'm perfectly fine with. Also, I wanted to touch on stretch marks before we get into like each week. I didn't have stretch marks on my belly really when I was pregnant with her. I didn't get them hardly at all, except for a little bit at the very bottom of my stomach. But after I had her, my whole stomach is like covered in stretch marks now. I don't know how that's possible for me to not have them my pregnancy. And then after, I have a bunch on my belly. But in my other video, I had told you guys I had some on my chest, on my bottom, on my legs, like on my hips. Those are still there. They're basically going away. I mean, they're starting to fade. They're never going to actually go away. But they look so much better than they did when I was pregnant. So yeah, that's just on how my physical look of my body has been. So now we're just going to start off week by week for me. So week 1, I don't know if you guys can hear her farting. She's farting right now. But yes, week 1 was very hard for me. Because if you guys go watch my other video, you'll know I had a postpartum hemorrhage when I gave birth. So it made my recovering a lot harder, I feel like, because I had lost so much blood giving birth. I had to have a blood transfusion the next day. So yeah, my energy levels were awful. I just felt terrible because of losing so much blood. So besides all that, I had a lot of breastfeeding problems just because I was recovering and I literally like could not move. I was in the hospital for 5 days and I was basically just on bed rest those 5 days because I felt so terrible. My body was just like, oh my gosh, it was awful. So breastfeeding was very hard just because like doing it, I didn't have the energy to do it, no matter how bad I wanted to. I just didn't have the energy to do it whatsoever. I tried my best, but she wasn't getting enough. Sorry, she wasn't getting enough. My voice is going away. She wasn't getting enough colostrum the first couple days. I don't know if that's because I wasn't feeding her long enough. I don't know if it's, I mean, she did have latch problems also, but we'll get more into that. But yeah, breastfeeding was very hard during the first week. And I believe her latch was wrong. Well, I know her latch was wrong because I had like sore, dry, cracked, bleeding nipples. Oh my gosh, it was so painful. So that also put off my breastfeeding because I was in so much pain trying to breastfeed. Yeah, just the recovery for the first week was extremely hard on me. She's all snuggled up in her swaddle. But yeah, it was very hard on me physically, emotionally, mentally. Yeah, the first week was like the roughest out of everything. Oh, are you waking up? Let's see. I was in lots of pain, just, you know, down there, my stomach, my body, everything just hurt so bad. The first week, just no energy. I had depression. I was neglecting myself. No appetite. This is all just in the first week of what was going on. For the depression, I think it was the baby blues. I think it also had a lot to do with me and her bonding, because it was very hard to bond with her because I felt so bad and I was just in the bed the whole time. Like when she was born, I was like unconscious, I guess, because I was losing so much blood. I don't even really remember what all happened. But I didn't get to hold her till like 6 to 12 hours. It was somewhere in between there. Until after she was born, I didn't get to be her first feeding. I didn't really get to enjoy the birth or really be conscious for the birth, a lot of it. So just that was hard on me because I went into birth expecting so like having a good birth and getting to hold her right after, getting to do the skin to skin, getting to breastfeed her for the first time. That's everything I was expecting, and none of that happened. So I think that was hard on me emotionally and mentally. So I think that had to do with the depression and then just also us bonding. And also I'm sure my brain was just in shock from me almost dying. Yeah, just to hear more about the whole hemorrhage thing, just go watch that video. But yeah, I was neglecting myself also because any of the energy I did have went to her. So just showering was hard, brushing my teeth, taking care of myself, eating. I just wasn't doing any of it really because any of the energy I had was going into her. Yeah, and I didn't have an appetite. I don't know why. I didn't have an appetite for like the first 3 to 4 weeks. I was eating maybe once to twice a day, just small little things. She looks really red. I don't know why, but she's not usually this red. And she doesn't look red in person, but in the camera she does. Anyway, so yeah. Moving on to week 2, pain was slightly better. I still had depression. Slightly easier to move around, more bonding time with her. I was still very emotionally and mentally drained from just everything that had happened. Still neglecting myself a little bit. I was doing a little bit better, but still not how I am today. Still not an appetite. So that was week 2. I'm just gonna kind of get through mine a little bit quickly. Week 3, I had lots of stomach pain, like maybe I had a stomach virus. What are you doing? What are you doing? I thought maybe I had a stomach virus because it wasn't like after birth pains, it wasn't cramping or anything. It was like sharp, constant pain in my stomach. So I don't know if I had a virus or something. I did have more energy. I was feeling a lot better. I was doing more self-care for myself. Bless you. More bonding with the baby, me and her, you know, as I'm feeling better, I was getting to bond with her more, spend more time with her. Let's see, depression had gotten a lot better by week 3. Also adjusting to not being pregnant anymore. Oh my gosh, I miss being pregnant so much. I don't know if that's weird. I don't know if anybody else feels like that. But yeah, I just miss being pregnant so much. I just miss constantly feeling her little kicks and just constantly having her right there with me. Even though I'm glad she's here, like I still want her, but I also want to be pregnant. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. What are you doing? You want to say hi? Oh, she's tooting. Yeah, so that was just weird. Just let me know if any of you guys have experienced that. Also in week 3, I had developed a postpartum rash. I will try and insert pictures right here after this slide, or it should pop up somewhere if I can do it. But yeah, let me take her out of this swaddle actually. Okay, so yes, I was talking about the postpartum rash. Sorry, she's out of her swaddle. She is naked. We don't have an AC inside this room, so I don't want to put any clothes on her. But yes, during week 3, what was that? During week 3, I had developed a postpartum rash. It is called PUPS, I believe. PUPPS. You guys can look it up. I believe it's a pretty rare rash. I thought I read only 1% of women get this rash after having a baby. Yes, after having you. But yeah. So, yes, that rash is terrible. It's still here. It's better 7 weeks. I'm at 7 weeks postpartum. It's still here. But it is going away. So yes, I did develop a rash, and that was, oh my gosh, it was so bad. And it spread to my whole entire body. But yeah, so week 4, I was feeling pretty great overall. Depression is basically gone. The rash is getting worse and worse by week 4, and my appetite got better. So about week 4 is once I really started feeling a lot better. So now you want to talk about you? You want to talk about you now? All right, we're gonna move on to about her. Oh, she's getting angry. Is it your bottle? Here. Okay, so she was born at 8 pounds 13 ounces. During the first week of our hospital stay, we were in the hospital for 5 days. She had lost too much weight. She went from 8 pounds 13 ounces to 7 pounds 8 ounces. So I know babies are supposed to lose weight, but the pediatricians at the hospital were concerned because she lost it way too fast. She lost that much weight by day 2 or 3. So they wanted us to start supplementing with formula. Let's see, this kind of jumps back and forth from week 4 to week 1 right now. But when she was born, she could fit into newborn clothes. She wore size newborn diapers. Now she can wear some 3 to 6 month clothes. But yeah, she would wake up multiple times throughout the night to feed. She was just feeding a lot. Probably every hour she would wake up to eat. Still, I mean, we had nursing problems. I told you guys that when I was talking about me and my recovery. Yes, we did have nursing problems, just her latch and everything. She was having a good amount of poop and pees, even though she was losing weight. Yeah, and, oh, I'm sorry. I said earlier that she was eating a ton. That was during the first week, but when we were staying at the hospital, when she had lost all that weight, the pediatricians wanted to start supplementing with formula, and they wanted her to be drinking 2 ounces of formula after she fed from me first, which that was like impossible for her. She was not wanting to eat at all, really, from the bottle or from me, I feel like. She would maybe eat half an ounce at first, and they were just very on to us about getting her to drink the 2 ounces. Eventually, she started drinking the 2 ounces. She gained her weight back. She's all good now. But yeah, at first it was very hard. But after she started eating, she was eating like crazy. All right, week 2, she stretches so much. She starts stretching, and every time we wake her up, she'll stretch for like a good 5 minutes. Like, she just sits there and stretches and stretches. Her umbilical cord fell off during week 2. We started doing tummy time. By the way, she hates tummy time. Oh my gosh. So we don't do it very often because she gets so angry. Like, oh, I feel so bad. She stresses herself out so much. So I just can't just sit there and let her keep stressing herself out. So I do as much as I can. But she does have a really strong neck in general. She did take a pacifier during week 2. And also in her little bassinet, this is her crib in here, and this is her nursery, but in our room is where she stays right now. In her little bassinet, we have like a cradle, actually, that's what it is. I believe that's what it's called. During week 2, she was able to move herself throughout that cradle. So we'd go to bed with her head up by us. With her head up by us, we'd wake up and her head would be at the opposite end, and her body would be, her feet would be up by where we were. So yeah, that was terrifying. I was scared she was gonna end up rolling herself over, suffocating herself or something, but she's smart enough, she hasn't done that. But yeah, she's been moving herself throughout her bed since she was 2 weeks old. All right, on to week 3. Oh my goodness, she's just farting up a storm. All right, week 3, she was very gassy, upset stomach. She was spitting up, so, what are you doing? Yeah, she was spitting up a lot, just in a really upset stomach. Also during about week 3 to 4, she's stretching right now. Week 3 to 4 is when we stopped breast milk, because I feel like my breast milk was upsetting her more than the formula was. So we started doing formula, and it did help her, but now they have moved her to a special kind of formula. You gonna yawn? Yeah, they have moved her to a special kind of formula for like sensitive stomachs, spitting up, colic. They moved her to that kind of formula, and she's been doing better since then. Also during week 3, she developed this choking instinct, or not instinct, but this thing where she would choke. Oh, good burp. Yeah, she would completely stop breathing when she would spit up. It would come out her nose and her mouth, and I would have to pick her up and pat her on the back to get her to breathe. She would panic, she'd fling her head back, her eyes would start bulging. She was just waving her hands, like panicking, trying to get herself to breathe, which, oh my gosh, is terrifying. We've maybe had it happen 5 times, and it's just the scariest thing ever. So yeah. Please let me know if you guys have experienced that, and when did it stop happening, because it is so terrifying. I'm just scared, like, what if I'm asleep when she starts choking and she can't start breathing on her own? Oh, it's just pretty scary. You talking? So about we developed, oh, good burp, another burp. About week 3, we also figured out that she has a tongue tie, so we believe that could have had to do with her latch. We're almost done. But that could have had to do with her latch. She was sleeping around 4 to 5 hours during the night before she would wake up for her feeding. She just loved to hang out with us. She still does, with me and my fiance. And she loves the TV. She has for so long now. She loves all the colors. We have a huge flat screen TV in our room, and she'll just sit there and stare at it. She loves seeing all the colors. She also loves sticking out her tongue. I don't know if you guys can see that. She did roll over for her first time. Oh no. She did roll over for her first time. Also during week 3, I will try and insert the video. She was very angry. Do not call me a bad mom. She hates tummy time, I told you guys. So she was very angry when she rolled herself over. Okay, moving on to week 4. At week 4, she weighed 10.5 pounds. She wore 0 to 3 clothes. She was a size 1 diaper and drinking about 3 to 4 ounces of milk. Probably about every 2 to 3 hours, maybe a little bit longer sometimes. She loves to pull mama's hair. She has a hold of it right now. She also developed colic during week 4. She still has it a little bit, I think, but it's getting better, I think, since we switched formula. Her sleep patterns would vary. Oh! Sometimes she'd be awake all day, sometimes she'd be asleep all day. But she has been very good about sleeping during the night since about 3 to 4 weeks. And she did develop some cradle cap during week 4. So that is everything for our update. Good thing we got through this before she got too angry. Oh, see, there goes mama's hair. Oh. She also is holding up her head really good. Not all the way, but she's doing good. She's trying. So yeah, be looking out for our 2-month update, because she's 7 weeks old, so that video will be coming up probably right after this one. You gonna say bye? Can you say bye? She always has this confused look on her face. Can you say bye? Can you say bye? You gonna say bye? Say thank you for watching our video. Can you say thank you? She's like, no, but I can eat my hands. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. All right, well, thank you guys so much for staying and watching our 1 month update. Yeah, just make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and come back for the next video. Bye.